This is The Wheel Weaves, a Wheel of Time podcast with no spoilers. Hey everyone, I'm your host Dani, and I'm the first-time reader going through this series chapter by chapter. As always, there's no spoilers past the chapter we're covering, and that means it's totally safe for first-time readers. I'm joined by my co-host Brett, who's a longtime fan, and he's guiding me on this journey. We'd like to thank and acknowledge our executive producers, Brandy and Kirkwood, Sean McGuire, Yanis, Albert Lorenzo, LightBlindedFool, Green Man, Deyvis Ferreira, Kristen Jordan, Margaret, and Big C. And before we get into things today, we just want to thank and welcome Evie Vanderveer and Praetor Invictus to the Wheel Weaves Patreon team. And we also want to thank Rob McNamara for increasing his pledge over at patreon.com/The Wheel Weaves Podcast. Thank you so much for your generosity and your support. We really, truly could not do this without you. In this episode, we're covering Chapter 20 of Crossroads of Twilight.
Yeah, Chapter 20 is In the Night.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There has been a murder.
I know.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah. I forgot.
Did you forget that something happened this chapter? Like, there is something.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, to be fair, I didn't pick this as a one chapter just because the, one thing is really cool.
It's another murder mystery.
A little bit, at least for our people in the book, because, I don't know, is it blatantly obvious?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, just,
Yeah.
I don't want to go out there and say that the Forsaken totally did it, but...
Hey, Brett,
okay.
Watch it.
Spoiling it, oh no.
You can't be making those predictions when you know the answer.
Maybe there's a new wild theory to uncover, who knows?
Well, maybe there's somebody else in the camp who's also channeling Sidene.
I like it. Okay.
Maybe, if you're like me... and you often confuse the difference between Sidene and Sidar. You interchange those words.
And, it could be anybody.
It doesn't matter.
It could be anyone here.
You completely forget that that's even something weird and out of the ordinary in this chapter.
Right. You got it. Okay. But I'm pretty sure the biggest question you had when you read this chapter was, is Chesa right? Is she correct? And that's what today's fun fact's all about.
About what helps headaches?
Nope.
Oh.
No, you don't. It's like you don't even remember.
It's like I don't even read the chapter that we're going to talk about.
So Chesa tells Egwene that to keep warm, she needs to bundle up and wear
red silk.
Red shifts.
Yeah, red.
Right, okay. Because everyone knows that red is the warmest.
Red is warm. No.
So I had to look up.
That's wrong, isn't it?
I had to look it up and see if there's any truth to the red clothes being warmer.
Oh.
Yeah. So no, I think Chesa's just wrong.
Well, she has a lot of different things.
Here's the issue. Because Chesa is saying to wear the red shifts, and shifts are underneath your clothes. So there's a whole lot of information and research about which colors absorb and reflect sunlight.
Sure, white and black.
Yeah, and all the different colors. And if it's underneath, I don't know enough about any of this to see if that even applies.
No, I think what you need is a space blanket.
Maybe. That would be good.
Like reflective.
Yeah,
or like the opposite of like when you put the reflective side in, it keeps all your body heat in.
Sure, yeah. That's not really what the color red does.
That's like thermal.
I will say
that's different.
I'm willing to change my mind on this if anyone has any sort of anything they can direct me to.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure that Chase is just wrong.
Well, Chesa has a lot of comments about a lot of things.
She does, but here's the funny thing. So the only color that does not attract heat is white, because white objects reflect all visible wavelengths of light. Black absorbs all visible wavelengths of light, so it attracts the most heat, and then is followed in order by violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange, and then last is red. So red attracts the least heat. But that, again, only really matters for attracting heat if it's on the outside, and again, we're talking inside.
Okay, so red is next to white?
Yeah.
So if I'm outside in the summer, and I want to keep a little cooler, because I thought white for sure.
Yeah.
But then the next one you're telling me is red?
From what the internet has led me to believe, unless I'm reading it wrong, I'm pretty sure, because for heat absorption, darker colors heat up faster than light ones. So yeah.
But red can be dark.
That's another issue that I don't really fully understand. Is what is the shading? It's one of those square color, and I don't know.
Pixels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I did find one fun fact about the color red, if you're interested.
Okay.
Okay, so
sure.
the earliest proof of dyed thread dates back to the 6th millennium BCE, so between 6000 and 5001 BCE, and it was in Turkey, and the first color for dyed thread was the color red.
Ah.
Yeah, first color they ever made. Pretty cool.
What was it from? Beets?
It was something that I didn't know, but that's fine.
Some berries, maybe?
Yeah, probably something like that.
Okay, some leaves.
That's it, though.
Some red leaves.
Ancient Egyptians also wrapped mummies in red linen cloths.
Okay.
That's a thing.
Okay.
There's not a whole lot out there.
A lot of information
not a whole lot out there.
Red fabrics.
Yeah, I couldn't link it to anything Jason was talking about, so she might just be wrong about this one.
Yeah, and also, did her gross tea actually help the headache?
Or Halima was, busy, and I don't know, like headache stuff was mostly Halima, right?
Well, yeah, but I thought that in order to make the headache go away, I thought there had to be the massage.
Well, then that would be like Halima undoing her weaves, probably, right? But the headaches are caused by Halima.
I thought that she would probably just leave it.
Leave. That's the thing, too, is like we don't really exactly know. So maybe the tea worked.
I think it worked.
There's a lot of question marks in this chapter.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's talk about it when we get there so we can kind of like form our thoughts a little bit more coherently here.
Okay. So last time we were here, we learned about a bunch of Rebel Aes Sedai stuff, and the biggest thing of note was that after a crazy hall meeting, they should approach the Black Tower and try to come up with some sort of agreement with them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Where, in fact, they control the Asherman.
Yep. It's totally going to work.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
The answer's no there, but that's okay. I thought that maybe this in the night where, we have our dream world terangrial.
Yeah.
That?
Yeah. Am I shifting? Am I shifting that? Am I moving the needle?
Teleranrion.
Is it a ring?
No.
The symbol's a ring.
No,
it's a ring.
I know. I know you think that.
The one thing you really dug your heels in on.
Well, I have to at this point.
Yeah, you do. You really do. Because the twisted ring, terangrial, I don't know.
Except we're not using it here.
Doesn't matter. That's the symbol. It does matter.
It's the symbol for Teleranrion. Clearly. That's what it means.
Because?
No.
Okay.
No. All right. Well, anyway, I thought that maybe we were going to be doing something interesting and super useful in Teleranrion.
Yep.
Turns out...
Yeah.
No.
Mm-mm. Nope, not yet. Too soon. Too soon. Too soon.
I just... Okay, let's go.
Yeah.
So we're in our Egwene perspective, picking up from where we left off. She's thinking about the discussions about how to form this agreement with the Black Tower. Goes on for hours.
Oh, yeah.
She's standing in the hall. Or no, she's sitting. Sheriam is standing.
Yeah.
And her butt's going numb. We're going back and forth forever.
Yeah.
Everybody thinks that they should lead the embassy. And I just want to scream at them. Hey, idiots. Nobody wants to lead this embassy.
Right.
You're either going to die or become an Asherman bonded Aes Sedai. Like, that's what's going to happen here. So, don't be so eager.
You're jumping the gun on a bunch of things because, number one, not all the Adjas think they should lead. The Yellows are like, not really our thing.
No, but even Ramonda, a Yellow, has an argument for why she should lead it, and it's because all the other Adjas have vested interests and she doesn't.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, listen, lady.
That's a non-reason reason. Okay.
And you know what? Fine, Ramonda can go.
Yeah, and technically, Egwene could also leave at any point, but she doesn't.
Oh, yeah, because she's like, they're going to decide on something, and no one's going to tell me until they're executing it.
Yeah, so that's kind of the other side of this whole argumentation thing. Egwene doesn't want to leave because she won't get filled in because this isn't under the rule of the law of war rule, where they don't need any of her opinions on any of this stuff. So she just wants to stay and listen and hopefully have an idea
of what they're planning.
Yeah, which that's a fair way to go about it.
Well, for her, yeah.
Yeah, I get why she wants to sit around and listen, but it's really also garbage because this whole conversation results in basically nothing anyways.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so finally, 1,000,000 hours later, the meeting finally ends. We're going to go to bed, but we're going to have to talk more about this tomorrow because there has been no decision made.
Yeah, no progress. And they didn't even decide on if they should call it an embassy at all, which is actually a good point because last episode you were talking about hey, when I heard the word embassy...
It was triggering.
Yeah, which might be also for Rand and crew. Who knows? Mm-hmm. So do you want to call it an embassy? You've sent embassies before. Lots of people do.
We literally don't even know if Rand is conscious.
Mm-hmm.
So...
And then how many people should be in this embassy? / not embassy?
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm going with less. Honestly, 0 is probably what I would go for because Although, yeah, we probably do have to come to agreements with the Black Tower. Going as an embassy to the Black Tower grounds is not the way to do it.
Should they do an equivalent to what the tower did? And like, it was something, what was it, 50? Would that be a good number?
50.
You want to do 50? Should we do 50?
If it's a bunch of the ones I don't like.
Yeah.
Like maybe a bunch of the Black Aja or something, but...
No, man, but that would be worse. Wouldn't that be worse? I feel like that'd be worse.
No.
Okay.
That's fine, because part of the whole Ashaman bonding is they have to obey whoever they're bonded to.
Oh, jeez, okay. Yeah.
Then they would stop dark friending.
Right. Exactly. They'd be forced to.
That's the key. Make Delana go.
There you go.
That would be funny.
That's a good... Yeah, okay.
Delana can lead the...
Oh, my goodness.
Except, you know what's funny? I actually like Delana more than I like Romonda and
Why?
Lorane. I think she's really in a tough place right now.
Jeez, she hasn't even done anything like remotely cool.
But she hasn't done anything remotely evil either.
Neither has Romonda. Like, she's a little bit rough around the edges if you're not into politics.
She's so mean.
She's
so mean to Egwene.
Okay. Like,
don't be
medium.
Mean.
I'm just trying to think of this from like Romanda's point of view, where you're, I don't know, 100 years old, and friggin' 18-year-old Egwene comes in and is the boss now, and now you have to listen to your 90-year lesser superior. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It sounds like ageism to me.
A little bit on both ends of the spectrum here.
Oh my goodness. I don't know. I don't mind Delana. She probably has done some evil stuff I forgot about.
Probably.
She probably helped in the murders before.
I mean, maybe, but like even to become part of the Dark Friendery Black Aja crew, like I'm assuming there's some sort of initiation.
Oh, fine.
Right?
Yeah, but I'm just telling you, I don't mind her.
Okay. Anyways, how much do you want to talk about Chesa helping Egwene later on and all the food stuff? Because I'm just trying to figure out how much time we're going to kill here.
Right.
Between Egwene leaving the meeting and then Egwene getting to her tent.
And then going to sleep.
Then the lentil soup. Right?
Congealing.
So, and then she has to heat it up with the power when she gets there.
Which she does.
And then it's like, it's okay.
Well, Chesa also says she's probably getting headaches because she's not eating enough. And I'm just like, hey, maybe. But that's like a decent speculation anyway.
Yeah.
Anytime someone has a headache, I'm always like, did you drink enough water?
No, they didn't.
Did you drink enough water? Kids hate when I say that.
Yeah, no, I get it. But the answer is probably no.
Yeah. Well, and what is interesting is that Halima's there for a little bit.
Well, not at the beginning.
But she comes in at some point because she's like, I wish I had somebody to help me undress.
So what happens is Egwene gets back, and Halima's not there, but Chesa is here, and she's the one who's scolding her about the whole, you're not eating enough, and all that. And then,
Maybe I'm thinking of something from a different time. Like an other chapter, if Halima was there while she was getting dressed?
Yeah, that was on the other...
Because at one point, Halima's like... I wish I had somebody to help me get dressed.
Yeah, that was before when she was going to the meeting. So I know it all kind of blends together.
I don't know.
But also interestingly, with the whole red colored cloth and stuff, and then Egwene gets into a red robe. Mm-hmm. That robe was given to Egwene by Anaya, and it's just a fun little tidbit because
workaround
murder soon. Okay, not probably related to the murder, but just as a side note. She's mentioned.
Mm-hmm. Now, what I do want to talk about is we have yet another person not liking Halima, and Egwene thinking it's because she's promiscuous.
Yes, the light skirt. Mm-hmm.
Right. And Chesa says, no, not really. She just makes me very uneasy. There's something not right about her.
Yeah, this is actually really good. So go Chesa.
Yeah, she's like, every time she's around, I feel like somebody's sneaking up behind me, or it feels like there's a man watching me bathe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey. That's an amazing gut check by Chesa. Like, we should keep her closer.
Actually.
And ask her, how do you feel about this guy? How about her?
Yeah.
What about this dude?
I was like, bang on. You got it.
Yeah.
And is Egwene gonna listen?
Not even a little bit.
No.
Which, I mean, and you gotta assume.
I feel like we're amping up to a light bulb moment for Egwene.
Like a really slow...
It's a slow build.
Yeah.
There's gotta be. Because I've been talking about this for books now.
Yeah.
I need Egwene to be suspicious and figure this out.
There's
and if
so many.
enough people around her are like, hey, be cautious of that person, maybe she will be soon.
Yeah. Well, I mean, even Egwene goes back to her thought process about, and didn't Halima just break some dude's arm?
Yes.
But wasn't that guy probably asking for it because of what he did to her? Or who knows? Who knows?
She thinks about it a little bit. She's like, is Halima a little bit sketchy?
Yeah.
And then she goes, no time for that now, and moves on. However, we're starting the thoughts, so like maybe we're planting the seeds, which are going to take 1,000 years to grow.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Maybe Chessa will kill Halima.
I
would love that.
So keep in mind.
Like in her sleep with a knife.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was going to say like how, because non-channeler versus channeler here.
Well, I think Chessa's knows some goings on.
Poison.
That's
how I would do it, right? Slip a bunch of poison in the food. We've seen it work a bunch of times. Like that seems to be the go-to. That's where poison goes. And Chase is not going to like, outfight Halima, who's a Forsaken.
Yeah. I really do need it to be Egwene. I need Egwene to get a win.
You keep saying that.
I know.
Yeah.
Chessa would be cool, though.
You're pretty optimistic. Like, you've been optimistic about Egwene figuring this out for a while.
I know.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Well, it's time to go to sleep. And Egwene is going to go to that black space gap between Tel'aran'rhiod and the real world. And now, initially, I thought, oh my gosh, this would actually be really smart if she could go to Rand.
Sure.
And Rand's dreams and be like, Rand, we gotta talk, bud.
Yeah.
But then immediately I'm reminded that Rand is still shielding his dreams.
Yeah, always and forever.
Always and forever. But
you literally
the fact that she can she see Rand's dream and that it's shielded?
Yeah.
So that means Rand is currently sleeping.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Probably.
I mean, technically that's how it should work, yeah.
Because he probably wouldn't be having like dreams like this would he if it's unconscious?
So here's
I'm just
the
trying
thing.
to figure out if Rand's awake or not.
No, it's a very good thought process. So she can see Rand's dream here, and yes, it seems to be only a thing that you can see if the person is dreaming and their dream, like you can recognize it. So the other side of that is we know Rand sets wards on his dream, and you'd probably have to be conscious to do that. However, we also know that Aes Sedai can shield dreams. Moraine did it for the Emmons Fielders way back when.
Okay,
right? That was a big thing. It's like shield your, like tell me about your dreams. We know Aes Sedai can shield dreams. So either Rand is not just like unconscious, but like actively channeling spirit to protect himself, or we have like a Cadswain who is
defending. She wouldn't think to do that.
Cadswain.
Yeah, but the dream thing,
but
no.
Moraine knew.
Yeah, no, I don't think Cadswain though. I don't know. I don't think no.
Like Aes Sedai shield dreams. That's a thing.
No.
Do you just stop?
No.
So you think that Rand?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Rand's alive and shielding his own dreams.
Well,
now.
we know he's alive.
I don't know what you know.
I know Rand's alive.
Uh-huh.
We're not gonna... No.
Logain is the new Dragon Reborn.
Yeah, that's how that works.
That's how the glory comes.
I'm waiting. I'm waiting for the glory.
They do it. They do. Yeah.
I know.
Get Logain in here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
No. Anyway, okay. So there's that.
Yeah.
And then my other thought was, okay, well, we can't go to Rand's dreams. However, we can go to Min.
Yeah.
We could go to Nynaeve.
So here's the thing. I don't know if Egwene knows Min's dreams. You need to... So finding the person's dreams is incredibly difficult. We've been told that before.
Yeah, but she could do it. If anyone knew... For convenience, plot sake here...
Yeah.
She could find
I'll agree
Min's
with that.
dreams.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, she could.
I agree with that. It's also difficult, though, sometimes.
Nah, I don't care. I don't care how... This whole scenario is difficult, and I thought she was going to do something sort of useful.
Yeah, well, that's your problem.
Okay, and then we're like, okay, we're going to go fly around a little bit more.
Yeah.
We're going to peek at some people's light dream, specks of lights, and it's their dreams.
Yeah, we're not going to go...
pause at Nynaeve's.
Yeah,
we're going to avoid Gawain's.
Not going to Gawain, yeah.
No, even though she kind of wants to.
Because...
Don't want to talk about it.
Well, we it's important. It's actually a little bit important.
Well, she feels Gawain's dreams tugging at her, and then she, like, flees from it.
Yeah, but she also thinks about what she's done in her dreams.
Like that one time that we saw.
It's referenced that it seems like it maybe happened more than just once, though.
I don't know.
Yeah, because she's had those dreams.
I don't think it matters at all.
Well, there's a little bit of hypocrisy going on later on in the chapter.
Isn't there always? We can always assume there's hypocrisy happening.
I like to point that out, though.
Okay.
Anyways.
Well, she's going to pause at Nynaeve's dreams and is like, oh, I could scare her. And I'm like, what? Why? Like, relax, Egwene. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, we get it. Because she, like, actually wants to go and punish Nynaeve, basically.
Like,
it's
why?
terrible. It's terrible.
Why does she just, like, hate her so much? You haven't even seen her for how many months now?
Yeah.
Relax, Egwene.
But Nynaeve went running off with Rand, and that seems to be part of the reason why Egwene's all pissy. Besides their initial fallout, there seems to be more on top of that, because Nynaeve's not doing what she's supposed to do, and Egwene has this whole, like, I'm the Amyrlin, do as I say mentality a lot of the time, which is also kind of hypocritical to what she thinks towards Aviendha later on as well. So there's a few different levels and layers.
Well, like, we got that. Okay, that's fine.
It's not great.
Now, she finds Elaine's dreams. She sort of heads in.
Yeah.
Uses her dream megaphone.
Yeah, dream shouting TM.
Yeah. Elaine! It's Egwene! Let's go!
Yeah, meet at the usual place.
Yeah, bye.
With her voice modulation problem.
Yeah.
But the funny part about this, too, is she picks the usual place so that they don't get, like, caught.
Yeah.
Which is terrible, because in Tel'aran'rhiod, like, stop going to the same place every single time.
Yeah, and if you're dream shouting, other people don't know your dream shouts. Like, that's different than just, like, hanging out in Tel'aran'rhiod.
Yeah.
So you could be like, meet me in the Stone of Tyr.
Yeah.
Meet me, and you could change places every time.
Yeah, and Egwene does have the thought that she doesn't actually know if people can listen in on that dream shouting stuff.
Well, we know for sure.
I feel like it's got to be...
They can spy on you in Tel'aran'rhiod.
Yeah, it's got to be better than going to the same place over and over again.
Yes, it has to be, I think. But they don't. And it doesn't really matter right now.
Yeah.
Because it's not like any important information is even shared even remotely.
Well, but yeah.
In this meeting.
Yeah, it's with the wrong person.
They don't talk about anything.
It's with Aviendha, not
I know,
Egwene.
but Aviendha should be able to also share, like, she should be able to share things with Aviendha too.
Probably.
At this point, everybody should know.
Yeah, they should be on the same page. Everyone should be on the same page.
Really?
We should
Honestly.
be getting there.
Okay, so here we go. We're going to go to the meeting. Egwene pops up in the Amyrlin study from in Saladar.
Yeah.
And she waits for Elaine to show up there, which goes on forever.
Mm-hmm.
And Egwene goes on some, like, wardrobe adjustment changes and makes sure that the Amyrlin stole's on her neck because it's the Amyrlin who needs to speak to Elaine.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, is she at least going to share about the Black Tower stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Because that's in Andor.
Yeah.
Not far from Caemlyn.
Yeah.
I was wondering if Egwene knows that Elaine has gone to the Black Tower.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of issues with that, because Elaine is, I'd say she's more so acting as Queen of Andor,
Yes.
dealing with the Black Tower, than she is as Aes Sedai.
Right.
And then you have the...
But shouldn't we also have some sort of agreement with the Queen of Andor
Probably.
too? Like, wouldn't that be just, like,
But here's
good?
the thing, probably in Egwene's mind, Elaine is Aes Sedai,
I know,
so that
and
comes first.
All right. But also, Elaine is not the Queen of Andor yet.
No, she's not.
She's kind of proxy at this point, because there isn't one.
Yeah, she's like, a little bit. But I mean, okay, so hypothetical. Let's say everything goes well. Elaine is Queen of Andor, and she's Aes Sedai. Which job does she take as her primary job? Which is more important
Queen
to her?
of Andor.
It
100%.
wasn't necessarily that
Oh,
answer.
yeah, no, yes it is.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because, like, for Egwene, Aes Sedai is everything. That is number one.
Yes.
So her opinion of Elaine and her interactions with Elaine, it doesn't seem like she maybe is necessarily on the same page. That Elaine's like, oh, I'm Queen of Andor first, and I'm Aes Sedai second.
Right.
Whereas
yeah.
Egwene thinks the opposite, where it's like, hey, you should be Aes
You're
Sedai
always
first,
Aes Sedai first,
and I'm Amyrlin.
When in reality, they probably should coexist.
Yeah,
like,
they
I'm
should.
an Aes Sedai who's the Queen of Andor.
Yeah, but look how Aes Sedai view any royalty
well,
also.
At this point, though,
yeah,
like, that doesn't matter.
It's not great,
No.
yeah. It's complicated.
Okay, anyway, so Aviendha's going to show up instead of Elaine because...
Pregnant.
She's pregnant, and
Yeah.
she can't really control... Like,
Doesn't work.
it's not working as well for
Doesn't
her to
work
get
right now.
there?
Yeah, we got this explanation from the Wise Ones where it's like,
Okay.
hey, sometimes it's just not going to work. You're going
Okay.
to try to channel, it's not going to work.
Now, what is interesting is that Aviendha says Elaine can't come because of the babies, plural.
Mhm, yes.
And Egwene did not know that. That is news to her.
The 2 is news.
The 2 is news.
Yeah.
She knew, yeah. And then she thinks about how Rand is probably definitely the father based on timelines, and she can't imagine Elaine actually sleeping with anyone else, so...
Yeah. And this is where the hypocrisy comes in, because Egwene's thinking about her, like, dream sex with mostly Gawain, from what I could understand, is the text is like, oh, it's usually Gawain.
I'm gonna have to go read that back again.
You gotta reread, it's weird.
Because
yeah.
I thought she was just talking about that, like, one time we saw.
But it reads to me like there's been other instances, and maybe with not just Gawain.
Weird. And
then it's like this weird hypocrisy where she's like, oh, I don't think Elaine is that kind of woman, but then immediately kind of scolds herself as, maybe. Yeah. And then with the Halima stuff, too. Yes,
because at one point she thinks, not everybody has good Two Rivers values.
Yeah.
And it's like, Egwene... Like, shut up.
Yeah.
Get out of here with that.
You don't have the good...
She's like, oh, yeah, some people will just get pregnant and not marry.
Yeah.
Right? It's like, fuck you.
Which when you read it back, and it's like, hey, didn't you just talk about, like, the weird dream sex that you're having?
She's not going to get pregnant.
That you know of. Didn't we have this conversation?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah. Oh, you get pregnant, but you're only pregnant in Tel'aran'rhiod. The baby only exists
in Tel'aran'rhiod.
There you go.
That is a mess.
Okay.
All right. And so because we are only covering one chapter, this is probably a good time for us to take a quick break, and then we'll come right back. All right, we're back, and I gotta find where we were. Egwene is gonna ask Aviendha if she's heard from Rand or Nynaeve, and that's a no.
Yeah.
So that's interesting, because we're about a week out now, or something like that. Ish, at least a couple days, couple weeks. I don't even actually remember.
She's clearly not telling the full story. Like, we know that Aviendha and Elaine are pretty sure Rand was in the middle of that.
I think that Aviendha and Elaine have not heard from Rand or Nynaeve.
Okay.
However, I do know that Elaine and Aviendha can feel Rand, and that's what she's more likely keeping from Egwene.
Sure.
I think that the no, I haven't heard from them is true.
Yeah.
But I think that they know a lot from their bond.
Yeah, for sure. Aviendha's for sure sidestepping a lot of stuff and information, and Egwene does pick up on it and then doesn't quite get it right either.
Right, because at some point they start talking about if the Forsaken have some kind of weapon, then, like, we have to do something about that.
Yeah.
And Aviendha super casually is sort of like, they don't.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
Yeah.
And Egwene's like, what? How do you know? And she's like, don't worry.
I don't know.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, because Egwene says, oh, do the wise ones know anything? And it's just, everything is just a sidestepped, well, I mean, they don't know everything.
I know. I was honestly so annoyed. I was trying to be so positive because this could have been so good. But it's so frustrating, and I think it's supposed to be frustrating, but that's even more frustrating,
Like, and I get where Aviendha's coming from, and I get where Egwene is kind of coming from, too, because Egwene in her own mind is thinking, oh, am I just being suspicious, thinking Aviendha's keeping things from me? But then she also sees Aviendha acting like a wise one, and we know the wise ones aren't treating Egwene as an apprentice anymore, because she's not.
No.
And they have different goals than the Aes Sedai. And Aviendha, as an Aiel and wise one, needs to keep things from Egwene.
Yes.
Like, they were friends and close friends for a time in their lives, but, like, that's a little bit over now.
Yeah. Because Egwene does share that the Aes Sedai want to have some sort of an alliance with the Ashaman, and then Aviendha's like, well, do you even want that to happen?
Yeah.
And then Egwene's like, I don't think we have a choice, and then that's when we have that whole conversation, but it's kind of weird because we don't come to any sort of conclusions, and we don't actually share any information other than the Aes Sedai want to have an alliance with the Ashaman.
Yeah.
But the way that she tells her isn't like, please tell Elaine this is probably gonna happen.
Yeah.
Does she have any suggestions or advice since she's been to the Black Tower?
Yeah, but I mean, you're asking for a lot for Egwene to ask for advice from Elaine.
I was like really giving Egwene some props.
Sure.
Last episode.
Yeah.
And she like takes a few steps backwards here.
She can sometimes.
They all do, don't they?
No,
I mean, all do.
Egwene is really kind of coming into her whole I am the Amyrlin seat
role.
Like, yeah, she is. She's kind of stepping into it. She's leaning hard into it.
But she's always been this sort of, I don't know if I want to use the word arrogant, but in the Amyrlin seat position, like, arrogance is almost necessary.
Yeah.
But to a fault.
Yeah.
You know?
But that is...
Because she's arrogant without the experience.
Yeah.
Like, if 100-year-old Aes Sedai is arrogant, it's because they have some experience.
They've been around for a minute.
To back up some of their things. And I mean, and even they get shit wrong.
Yeah.
Right? Because of how arrogant they are. They're not open to anyone else's ideas or opinions. They know it all.
Yeah, it's because you have to be the role. You have to be the chair, right? You have to be that person.
Yeah.
And Egwene takes every position that she has at 100%, so she is leaning 100% into being what the Amyrlin is supposed to be or look like or appear as. Yeah, and that's an issue, so it's not going to go well with communicating with the Wise Ones.
Yeah, basically all we get from Aviendha here is to be careful dealing with the Ashmen, because Aes Sedai tend to think men are fools, and they're often not.
Yeah.
And they need to be careful, especially with Mazrim Taim, because he's definitely not a fool.
Yeah.
And he's a very dangerous man.
It's good advice.
Yeah, and Egwene, I think at this point probably is like, yeah, right. No men are dangerous to an Aes Sedai.
Yeah.
We can protect ourselves, right? Like that's
or even
the
the overconfidence,
right?
of like, oh yeah, he's dangerous, but whatever,
Yeah.
we can handle it.
But Egwene's like, it's
We'll
out of
see.
my hands. It doesn't matter. And it's like, well, no, there's still things you can do here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that would involve sharing information with people.
Mm-hmm.
That's not going to happen.
Yeah, we don't want to do that.
Yeah, and that kind of leads the topic to change into the actual sort of exchanging of some information. So they do share that since there's probably going to be the embassy going to the Black Tower, yeah, that there's probably going to be Aes Sedai starting to like pop up around Camelin, so you got to get things under control there with the
hidden kinswomen,
yeah,
and the hidden Suldam and Damani, and the sea folk,
the bargain. Like, there's a whole bunch of things that Elaine's going to have to try and figure out and keep hidden that they don't want out and exposed yet.
Right.
So, yeah, that's about it.
Okay, and then once they're done discussing things, they say goodbye, and that's done.
Yeah.
Now, Egwene's going to slip back to her own body so she can start dreaming, like, actually dreaming.
Yeah. Capital D, dreaming.
Okay. And now not all of them are about having sex with Gawain, but some might be.
I found the line here, too.
Oh, you did? Okay.
I did. That made me think, like, what is going on? How hypocritical are we being, Egwene? So she thinks about the fact that she does have other, like, night fancies, and there's plenty of them, often featuring Gawain, who's a tall, beautiful man, that takes her in his arms and dances with her and makes love to her. And then she has to think about one time, a long, long time ago, she used to shy away from the thoughts of making love with him. But now she is going to make him her warder, and she is going to marry him, and she is going to make love to him until he cries for mercy.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so...
How? Did I not remember that?
So, I mean, okay, are we going to be, like, that hypocritical about other people?
Yes. Yeah. Have you met, like, people, though?
Yeah, unfortunately. Unfortunately, I have.
Met people?
Right.
Because...
Okay.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't feel like I'm that crazy, but maybe,
no.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say other people.
Most of them feature Gawain.
Oh, okay.
Like, that means that there are others that do not.
Okay, you're right.
So...
All right.
Who's in these other ones?
I know. Okay. Well, now we are going to get a few pages worth of dreams.
Yeah.
That...
Yeah.
I don't know how meaningful they actually... Well,
There's three important
I'm sure they're
ones.
all meaningful. You know what I mean? I'm sure when it comes to...
Well, Egwene has a couple that she doesn't think are important.
Okay.
And then there's three that are important in her mind. So, of the three that are not important, one, she's like in snow in a forest and she has to reach the edge of the forest, but she's never able to.
Okay, yeah.
There's another one where she's pushing a stone up a steep hill, and every time she's almost at the top, it slips and the stone rolls back down to the bottom.
Right.
And then the other one is she has to pull a cart that's jammed full of Aes Sedai down a muddy road, kind of clown car style. So, those are the ones she's like, they don't have any meaning.
I'm fighting an uphill battle. That's basically what those mean. Okay.
Yeah, that's good. And also, snow and mud suck.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, first, actually important and capital T, true dreams.
Okay. Matt Bowling.
Matt's bowling. It's called playing at bowls. It's not bowling.
Oh, sorry. Geez.
But it is bowling. And he rubs a ball between his hands, does a short run, and does the leg thingy probably.
He rolls it.
And then gets all the 9 pins down.
But then the next time he does it, it's people.
Well, no, they're all people. They all represent...
But they always were always people.
They represent thousands of... Each pin represents thousands of people.
Oh.
And Matt's just bowling with new people popping up and, keeps resetting itself as it does in bowling.
Oh my goodness.
But she's had this dream apparently twice, not exactly the same, but it's the same message of Matt bowling with people's lives. So, how do you feel about that?
Matt's a gambler. We already know.
And a battle commander.
Yeah.
And the last battle's coming.
Well,
and,
yeah.
People are going to die.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Definitely.
So, you're cool with that one?
Well, no. I'm not cool
with
do you have anything here.
Is anything nefarious going on here, or is it just kind of like...
I don't know. I wish I had more for you.
Yeah.
It's pretty straightforward.
Yeah, I get it.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe to Egwene, it's a little bit different.
Yeah.
The last time she saw Matt...
In Saladar.
When he was trying to rescue...
sitting in her chair.
Yeah, trying to rescue her.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Number 2. Egwene is struggling up a narrow path that's facing a cliff, and she has to step carefully or she's going to fall, and then the ledge drops away, and she catches herself on the edge of the cliff with her fingers, and she's dangling, and then a woman appears and comes down the side of the cliff, and she has a sword on her back, and the woman reaches down to Egwene and says, "We can reach the top together," and she clearly has a Shanshan accent. Yeah, ooh.
Oh my.
This one super freaks out Egwene.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Because it's like the Shanshan.
She doesn't want to make deals with the Shanshan.
But apparently...
She might.
The Shanshan woman with a sword on her back is going to make a deal with Egwene.
Ooh, okay.
To help reach the top together, whatever that means.
Yeah. Well, I think that probably ties into the next one where she thinks the Shanshan are going to attack the White Tower.
Right, okay. So yeah, because then another...
And if she's the Amerlin, then there might have to be like a deal made.
I want to say go on, but I feel like you're at the end of that.
That's it. That's all, what else can I...
Yeah.
Even that's a stretch, because I don't think these two dreams are even that related, so...
Well, that's the interesting thing, too. So, okay, so just so everyone's on the same page.
Oh, here it is.
Yeah.
It's Olivia, who we like and trust, but clearly is from Shanshan.
Okay.
All we know about this woman is that...
There's a sword on her back. Is it a metaphorical sword?
Maybe.
Okay.
Who's to say?
Who's to say? Yeah.
But maybe it's somebody now that's like... Or maybe it's Egyanin. Does Egyanin have a sword?
Does she? I don't know if we've seen her with the sword.
Who's to say?
Yeah.
Now, it might be a Shanshan.
Okay.
It's not nefarious. It's someone who's on her side.
Okay.
Maybe.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel that way at all. But I'm trying here.
Yeah. You're doing your best. You're doing your best. Okay.
I'm trying to spin the positive.
Yeah, so just to wrap up the last one, so we get the similar cliff dream. It's less hazardous, though. And then it's spiraling up, and the cliff is a spire, obviously the White Tower. And then she's on top, and then there's an oil lamp of clear glass that has a flame burning, and it's a white flame. Flame of Tarvalin, makes sense. And then a pair of ravens flash out of the night and strike the lamp, and it wobbles, and a wobble, 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 wobble. And then some of the oil catches fire and spills.
Get to the point. Yep, and then what?
That's it. That's the dream.
Okay, but she knows it means the Shanshan are going to attack the White Tower.
Yeah, so she wakes up to that because it's so shocking, and she finally knows exactly what it means. So are we 100% on Egwene is right about this?
Yeah. So I'm on board with Egwene's right about this because that means I'm right about this.
Well,
because the beginning of, I want to say, book 4.
Okay.
Book 3 or 4. Book 4, I think. Min goes to the tower.
Yeah.
And then has a bunch of viewings.
Yeah.
And one of the people had, she predicts this whole, there's going to be a fight that goes down.
Right.
And then one of the people has a Shanshan collar on. And then now at this point in the series, we know there's been a whole thing at the White Tower, an entire battle where a bunch of people were hurt and killed.
For sure.
And then we also know that there are Aes Sedai who now have collars on.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know which one that was or if they went that way, whatever. But, those made sense. But I predicted at the time, I was like, the Shanshan are going to somehow attack the White Tower. And you were like, huh, what? How? Right?
Yeah.
And then...
It hasn't happened. No, I don't know why you're acting like you're right about it, because you're not.
Now it's resurfaced.
It has, okay. But again, it comes back to the question of how is that going to work?
Well, of course. They're taking over the whole freaking world.
They're so far away.
Now. For now.
For now, okay.
It's really not going to take them that long.
Okay, because you're kind of sounding like this is going to...
flying dragon monsters that can just take them there. As soon as they find out about it, they'll probably, as soon as they find out, like, about the White Tower.
They know about the White Tower already.
Not, like, really, though. When they, like, really do, they'll attack it.
Like, their Archer Hawkwings, you know, answer, they know about the White Tower.
Yeah, I know, but,
it's
like...
kind of a big deal.
Yeah, but now that they're in the lands...
Okay. I'm pushing back, because you're a little bit...
you're kind of annoying me. They're gonna find out about modern day, what it means that there's a tower full of Aes Sedai.
I don't feel like I'm asking for a lot from you when I say I just want, like, a fully fleshed out battle plan on how we're gonna attack Tarvallion. Like, what am I asking for here?
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. Anyway, I've already predicted this, and now I'm happy to see the resurgence of this prediction.
Okay. No, I like it. I'm here for it, so that's good. Okay.
Yeah, okay. So, she's awake, but she's still laying in bed in her dark tent.
Yeah.
And Halima's gonna come in.
Yeah, all sneaky-like.
Sort
of sneaky.
And Egwene is pretty sure that Halima found some company tonight.
Right.
But she can do whatever she wants. Egwene is so progressive in her thinking.
She's not even gonna judge her at all.
Not at all.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
But Elaine.
Yeah.
Maybe she's like jelly. Do you think she's jelly of Elaine and Rand?
I mean, maybe there's like a little bit of like old school.
I don't want him, but I also don't really want you to have him.
Yeah, well, it's kind of like, you know what? If we were back in our hometown, he would have been mine way back when.
Yeah, maybe. It might be part of that too.
But
right?
I mean, then she's having like dream sexcapades with Elaine's brother.
Yeah, I know.
Like, come on.
Well, the hypocrisy is real.
What are we doing here?
But this is just funny. It also might be. She just like really wants to not be wrong.
Sure.
You know, everybody's having these negative feelings about her, and I think that she's about Halima,
Yeah, playing some defense, maybe.
And I think that maybe she's like, no, I don't mind her.
Yeah.
She's okay. You just don't like that she's promiscuous, and I'm fine with that.
Yeah. Maybe a little bit of compulsion going on.
Oh, for sure.
Just a little bit. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, but anyways, now it's gonna be morning. Chessa's gonna come in. Is this where Halima's like, I wish someone would address me? I was like, where is that?
I think that was when they were getting ready to go to the hall meeting.
I don't think Halima was there.
I think she was.
No, I think that's here in this scene. Because Halima makes some jokes about wishing she had a maid for her to get dressed. And I think that's here.
Is it? Oh my goodness.
Yeah, anyways, it doesn't matter at all. But,
oh yeah, no, you're right. You are right. It is this chapter.
I think it's right here. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Because this is the only thing that makes any sense. So, Egwene is going to finish getting dressed, and then Nisao ducks into the tent and is like, I have to speak with Egwene alone. And she like demands it, which is kind of weird.
Yeah. And
then Chessa and Halima leave, but Halima kind of hesitates.
Yeah, she does her hang back thing that she always does.
Because she obviously wants to know. But now, Nisao immediately weaves a word against eavesdropping without even asking permission.
Little bit unusual.
And then immediately says, Anaya and her warder are dead.
Yes.
Some workmen heard some noises, and they found Anaya and Setagan lying in the snow, dead.
Yeah, Setagana.
There has been a murder.
You missed an A. Setagana.
Oh, whatever. What did I say?
Setagan.
Oh, okay.
Can't believe you would do that to them. He just got murdered.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so, okay.
Egwene's like, how?
How do you feel? Hold on.
Oh.
Because Anaya just got murdered. How do you feel about that? How does that make you feel?
It was like, whoa.
Do you know who Anaya is?
I do.
Name one thing Anaya has done.
Anaya has one that's...
She's been around for a while.
She's been around for a long time. Like, even since, like, we were at the tower the first time, I think.
Like, the Great Hunt. She's been around since the Great Hunt.
Is she a blue?
She is a blue. Yes.
That's all I know.
Okay, well, that's... okay. So, she was definitely probably friends with Moraine, from what we could tell.
Okay.
She is the one who originally told Egwene that she might be a dreamer back in the Great Hunt.
Ooh, okay.
Yep. Yeah, she was part of Matt's healing.
Okay.
From the dagger. She was one of the OG Saladar 6 ladies. Okay.
Now, I want to know...
Yeah?
A couple chapters ago...
Okay.
When Delana was like, hey, negotiations want to start, and they all started sort of bickering a little bit, I want to know what Anaya specifically had to say about it.
Interesting.
Because it is pretty clear that this is definitely Halima, and I want to know, because Delana obviously had some kind of motive.
Okay.
Because even Egwene was like, what does Delana gain from sharing this information with me? What does she want to know? right? And I wonder if Anaya had said something specifically that was like, okay, she gets offed.
Yeah.
Like, but
there's not a heck of a lot.
Wasn't that different than the rest of them?
No, and she was like, we had Sheriam, for example, saying when they all got called out, right? Sharon was like, "That's madness." That would even be a thing, and I was like, I don't think it's gonna work, but okay. Like it was it's a very neutral.
I'm just trying to like figure out because like obviously there's been puzzle pieces laid as to like why she's dead now. Yeah. And why, like, Halima wanted her dead? Like, obviously there's a reason, but what is it?
Well, don't worry, because that's Egwene's part of Egwene's question is, like, were they just at the wrong place at the wrong time? Or, like, what's happening? Or what were they doing over near the bathrooms, I guess, is in that direction in the middle of the night with your warder in the camp? Like, it's all kind of strange, I guess.
Well, unless you're drawn out there.
And is it like an ambush, or was it wrong place, wrong time? Yeah.
Obviously this is somebody who's not going to shy away from using compulsion.
Yeah.
So, anyway, Egwene asks how. Nisao tells her that the story going around is that there's a batch of bad mushrooms.
They ate bad mushrooms.
But nobody else did. Just them.
Yeah, we're not gonna... Yeah, okay.
Because some mushrooms can kill you.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
The problem is, though, she tested for resonance, and they were killed by Sidene.
And you were like,
not by mushrooms.
It could be any lady here.
Yeah.
Right.
No. I was like, okay, that's the man one, right?
Yeah. That's why it's shocking.
Yeah. So Nisao thinks that somebody wove solid flows of air around their heads to smother them, and Egwene is like, oh my god.
Wait, so it's not the mushrooms?
No. So Egwene is like, have you told anybody yet? And she's like, no, I came to you first. Yeah. And then Egwene's like, okay, we gotta break this news in the right way, because if there's a man who can channel hiding among the guards and soldiers...
I love it.
Then we have to know who it is. Yeah. And then Egwene's like, why Anaya? Yeah. And Nisao's like, I don't know. Seems suspicious to me.
Seems crazy, man. So that's your job. That's your job.
So Egwene's like, okay, find out what Anaya and her warder were doing when everybody else was asleep. Like, why were they out even? And I was like, well, they were out to be murdered. Yeah. They probably got slipped some kind of note or something.
Coincidence, they did eat bad mushrooms, had to poop, had to go out in the middle of the night, and then they got murdered.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with no. Yeah. I don't know. But Egwene is like, we gotta keep this part a secret until we can find out some reasons this happened. And he sounds like, yeah, okay. And then asks if this will put talks of an agreement with the Black Tower to bed. But Egwene's like, no.
No. So, yeah, that's the question is, why Anaya? What's happening? What's the connection? Was it Halima, or is there an alternate option?
Another man who can channel.
Is it like an Asha man? Because obviously that's kind of the fear right now, is we're just talking about going to make an agreement with the Black Tower, who are male channelers, and now one of the Aes Sedai comes up dead by a male channeler. So is this actually like a Asha man, or is it Halima trying to scare, the Aes Sedai here into not making a deal with the Black Tower? Because that could be a strategy. Or is it Anaya needs to die?
Is it possible that Halima didn't think that the Aes Sedai would be able to tell?
I mean, probably it's possible that...
Right? Because the way they were killed, it looks like, they just sort of suffocated. Like, you're just, like, they're always closed or whatever, right? Yeah. Sort of.
Like, it's very possible that that's a thought. I don't know if it's 100% likely.
Because that was my first thought. Is like maybe... Halima
didn't think of it.
It was like sneaky. We just needed them dead. Because although when she needed other people dead, she like literally disposed of the bodies herself.
Yeah. But it's like these two, did she want them to be found? Yeah. Because we also know
did she want them to be found dead by the male half of the power?
Yeah, because keep in mind, during the voting situation for do we want to make an agreement, Delana did not initially stand. We know Delana has a hard time making decisions because she clearly has to ask Halima how she's supposed to vote. Right. She didn't stand up at the beginning, but then she did stand up to say go ahead. At that point, it didn't really matter, honestly.
Did not matter.
But is this like a scare tactic too? So
it might be. And now I'm suspicious of Nisao.
Why? Why Nassau?
Because she just said, will this put a stop to the talks of an agreement with the Black Tower? Like, maybe...
Was that enough? Do I gotta kill...
Maybe she...
You know what? Throw her on the list. I'm not gonna say no. Do it. Put her on the list. Put her on the list.
Mm-hmm.
Is that strong enough of a suspicion to...
Not yet.
Okay.
But maybe. Suspicious.
Okay. A little bit. She even covered her story why she tested for resonance, because she was like, ooh, all the talk of the male channelers and stuff made me test the resonance of how she died.
Well, you should do that anyway. It's
I feel like that
an
should...
autopsy.
Yeah.
Like, you should do that with everybody who's randomly dead in your camp.
Yeah.
Especially one of your, like, friends.
Mushrooms got this guy, too.
Like... Like, both of them dead at the same time.
That's why I don't eat mushrooms.
Yeah. Yes, you do. Oh, man. Not random ones in the woods, though.
Yeah, no, those are...
Yeah. I gotta think on this now. Murder mystery.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Or is it like, are you way overthinking it?
Maybe. I think so now. Yeah. Just for fun.
There's a few options.
Just for fun.
Yeah.
Murder mystery for fun.
Yeah.
Good thing it's fiction, hey?
Oh, I know, right?
Oh, this would be terrible.
Mm-hmm.
What a terrible loss. Actually, this is a pretty bad loss for Egwene.
It's bad. It's not good. Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah.
Okay, well, next episode is 2 chapters.
Yeah, the next 3 episodes are 2 chapters each.
That's right. Okay, well, I'm excited to read on, because now I really think maybe stuff might happen.
Okay, we're getting really close to the end of the book.
Okay.
We're getting there.
We are, actually. It's not too far now, so this is the typical Robert Jordan time to start amping some stuff up.
Yeah.
Maybe I need to switch a perspective here. That would feel better, probably.
To get out of
last time I said that it was Elaine and we switched to Egwene, and I have to say...
Who else could you switch to? That would be...
It wasn't much better.
Yeah. Let's go back to Elaine. Let's go back.
Ugh, if we had to go to Perrin or something...
Okay. I
don't actually even know.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, before you go and die and people think it's because you ate bad mushrooms, I'm going to say this is part of the pattern now.
Yeah, it's part of the pattern.
Thanks so much for listening to this episode. The Wheel Weaves is hosted and edited by Dani and Brett. Produced by Dani and Brett, with Passion Socks, Cody Feltz, Benjamin, Michelle O'Brien, Jonathan Reese, Jamie Young, Megan Smiley, Jared Berg, Ricky Morissette, Lance Barden, Charlie Haz, Adam, Hannah Green, Marta Thier, and Michelle Forbes. With music by Audionautics. Be sure to check out our Patreon page if you're interested in supporting us and the podcast. We'd love to send you some Patreon exclusive merch as a thank you, plus you'll gain access to our episodes earlier than everyone else, and at the time of this recording, we have over 40 bonus episodes for your listening pleasure. You can find all that and more at patreon.com/thewheelweavespodcast. For general information about our show, and information like how to send us shot glasses, how to join our Discord, and how to get in touch with us, visit thewheelweavespodcast.com. And as always, please be sure to give us that 5-star review, because it really does make a huge difference helping people find us. And if you put your Instagram or Twitter handle in your 5-star review on Apple, we select reviews at random to send people some exclusive merch as a thank you. So be sure to do that so you can grab some cool stickers and bookmarks. Be sure to tell a friend, Riyadh, because referrals really are the best compliment. Thanks again for listening. This really is part of the pattern now.